Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to test out the Juvia'S foundation, and once again I'm probably the last person on the planet to try this out, but I do love their palettes, so I just had to give this a try. And I didn't watch a lot of reviews or anything, but just looking at some pictures of like showing coverage where they have the foundation and then without, it's like insane. So I definitely had to try this out, and I do, like I said, love the palettes. I love everything about them. Pigmented, blendable, really good quality, and kind of affordable too. This foundation's only 20 bucks, which is not bad. It's like right in between high-end and drugstore, and you know, drugstore prices lately have been getting up there. You're paying $12, $14 for a foundation, and this one's 20. So I am ready to give her a try. I did get the shade, is it Isla? Yeah, I think it's Isla. But this is the packaging, really cute. It's called I Am Magic. So it is a velvety matte foundation. If I look a little glowy, it's because I use the Tarte moisturizer that's got like a little glow to it. So I have that on my skin, and then I'm going to prep with some hydrating products too. So without further ado, let's just get in and start trying this out. To be 100% fair, I'm going to use this with a bunch of favorite products, so that way I know that all of these work to make sure that this foundation just works with things that I love. So I'm going to start with No Problem Priming Water. This is from Touch and Soul. I don't know how you guys are doing today. Let me know in the comments, but I'm just like in a weird, like funky mood. I don't know what's going on. I'm just feeling kind of funky. All right, as with my typical routine, I do like to use a bit of a pore filler where I need it. So I'm also going to go with Touch and Soul, the No Problem Primer. So this combination works beautifully together, as it should. This one has water and essential oil in it, so it's really hydrating. And then this one's just meant to kind of like smooth out the pore area. And I feel like it does a really good job of that. And these two, I feel like Touch and Soul is kind of like right in that Juvia'S price point, where they are a little bit pricier than drugstore, but high-end quality for less. So I really like it. So I'm just starting right in the nose area and blending, and then I'll do the chin. I'm just going to use a beauty blender, tried and true. I just want to use something like standard, that way I know what this foundation is like. So I'm going to first swatch it. So I just got the one shade. I ordered mine from Ulta, and ooh. So I will put like a little picture here of the shade chart, because this was the cool undertone one. It definitely looks pretty yellow. So let's just start blending and see what happens. Maybe it will be a bit different. I'm gonna dot some here and there and everywhere. Oh shit, that's a lot of coverage. You cannot deny that. With the squeeze tube, I feel like it's a little harder to judge the amount when you initially go in, because you know, with a pump, you're doing one pump or whatever it may be. So let's blend. So this is kind of matte finish. I'm kind of nervous that it's going to start setting down quicker than I can blend, so that's why I'm blending like a maniac. So next time I would definitely opt for just blending one area at a time, as it is kind of like drying and setting in pretty quick. All right, well, you can clearly tell it's got a ton of coverage. Just right off the bat, I'm not sure if I love the finish of it, because I'm just a little drier, and of course I can use a matte foundation. I just have to counteract with a lot of hydrating products. But the thing that I'm seeing that I don't like is that it's really yellow. So this was the color that was for fair skin with neutral cool undertones. I know it said cool, it may have said neutral cool. That's the problem that I usually have, is that I am pretty classically cool undertone. Most people are more neutral or more golden, but yeah, a true pink undertone is what I have. So it can be a little bit difficult sometimes. The problem is that, and this is not just Juvia'S, there's a lot of brands, they claim to have a cool undertone, but it's definitely not. It's very obvious that it's not cool. So I'm confused when brands like put that on there and think that that's working. I will say this though, it's blending pretty damn well with the neck. So let me just take a look. I mean, it definitely looks yellow, but it looks pretty good. I have definitely had worse foundations that look even more yellow, more golden, whatever you want to call it. I want to mention too that when this launched and on Instagram, they were posting beautiful pictures of like shade ranges and different like areas, whether it be the deep, the tan, the medium, light, fair, all of that good stuff. And people were noticing that it appeared to be, this is just a picture, that there were not a lot of light colors. Now, I didn't really think that. I really thought it looked pretty good. I didn't think anything of it. And then as I was looking through the shades, and I was like, okay, there's one cool undertone that's fair. That'll be my shade, you know, whatever. And that's totally common. This is not like news. This is not a news flash or like tea in any way. This is just how it goes. And of course, they're a brand that are inspired by and empower women of color. That's awesome. But I did notice a lot of people being really hateful in the comments. And it was on both directions. And I literally was looking at it and I was like, ooh, I don't like this. It was like really, really hateful stuff. Brands definitely need to be inclusive. Like, if I see a shade range where it's all fair, light, medium and there's no deep tones, I'm like, what the hell is going on? But the same should be said if there's not light enough, because I think everybody is equal. That's my opinion and my eyes. Now, if a brand wants to cater to a specific group of people and only do that, cool, but don't include bits and pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to say, some brands in the past, and I think you know who they are, have come out with shade ranges that literally stop at medium. Like, literally stop at tan. That's not okay. But I do think that Juvia'S had a pretty decent shade range. I would not be upset by the shade range, not me. But people were definitely coming for each other in the comments, and I was just like, ooh, I don't like this. I don't like the vibe, and I would have liked to have seen them take down some of those comments, because some of them were really nasty. I saw one comment where a lady said, if you're that white, why don't you just put white paint on your face? That's just as mean in any direction. This is getting like way too deep, but no one should be treated like that. That's all I'll say. And I will say, when a brand is not catering to everyone in any direction, it doesn't matter. So that's just my 2 cents on it. And yeah, it was just nasty stuff in the comments. And I was like, why are these people acting this way? But yeah, I don't think that they personally have done anything wrong. I would like to see, you know, a shade that I could wear that would actually be a cool undertone. That would be cool. But they're not doing anything that other brands don't do all the time. So I'm blending Jeffree Star Concealer. I have the shade C3, and that's what I'm putting on now. I'm actually not liking this that much. It's probably just the finish, honestly, because I'm drier. But I don't know if you guys can see what's going on here, but I've got like holes in the foundation. There's like this line right here where like it's gathering, but then the foundation isn't laying in this spot. So far coverage is insane. I'm not really personally living for the finish of it, but yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna set everything down. That may change because, you know, powdering, setting spray, and honestly giving it a little bit of time to me can help for someone who is drier. I look dry. I don't know. I kind of want to like start over with like an oil underneath this foundation and see if that would help a lot. And I'm using Pretty Vulgar Powder Room to set this because it's kind of a lighter, not so dry powder, and I'm really tapping off a lot of excess, so I'm just pressing in a minimal amount. I want to bring you guys in because I don't know if you can see this, but both of these areas I have what looks to be like dead skin right here. I just exfoliated my face and my skin does not really look like that. So it is like picking up any of the little like microscopic things. I'm not feeling this. Oh man. I expected to love this, so I'm kind of thrown, and I kind of want to try it like in a different way and see. but I just want to quickly look at reviews. I'm just going to go to Ulta's website. Alright, my camera stopped filming around the time I started looking at reviews, so I just wanted to show you some. 3.6 overall rating with over 200 reviews now. This is currently while I'm editing, and as you can see, they go really up and down. You can pause the screen at any time if you want to read the full review, or you can obviously go to Ulta's website. But yeah, it's kind of hit and miss, and I have seen a couple of people have, you know, similar issues to what I had, but for the most part, you know, people either don't like it for the color or they really love the product. But again, there was a couple that kind of were online with what I was thinking. But yeah, I'm still super shocked, but I just wanted to include this so you get some other opinions too. But as you can see, a very mixed bag, so I think probably skin type has a lot to do with it. So let's get back into the video. Alright, so it was just not working for me, and I didn't want to just count it out already because I want to like this product. So I'm going in with the Farsali Rose Gold. We're going in heavy with the oil, and that way I am uberly hydrated, and hopefully it will work better on a second attempt. So the reviews that I've seen are really mixed. Some people love it, some people hate it. I was assuming that maybe just the dry people would be hating this one, but I also saw some oily people say that it was making them more oily, it just wasn't good, but it seems to be kind of just mixed across the board. So again, it's just personal preference. I did clean a different beauty blender, and this time I'm going to take a smaller amount and go in sections, and hopefully that will help. So I just put a little dab, and I'm going to see if this will work better. I am kind of work in fast motion. It's just looking so uneven as I apply it. Do you guys see that? I don't know if it's showing you guys as clearly as it is to me, but it just looks patchy. I'm gonna change up really quick. I'm gonna go in with a foundation brush that I like, and I don't really love using foundation brushes, but I do like this. Is the Pro Core Diffuser number 94. It's a Sephora Pro brush, so it's got like a big, intense, kind of thickly densed area, and then you've got little diffusing bristles around the edge. I'm gonna take a tiny bit on the other side. I'm going to start really small and see what happens. Okay, that might be working just a bit better. Okay, so I do think it's looking a little bit better. It still seems to be kind of grabbing any little anything, and honestly I've exfoliated and now I've washed my skin twice, so I'm kind of confused why it would kind of gather and attach and all that kind of stuff, but that's what it seems to be doing. I'm trying to build the coverage and then add a little bit in my nose area. Oh, the nose looks horrendous. This is so weird, guys. My skin has been doing pretty good lately, and you guys know I film videos without makeup all the time. You can look at any of them. My skin is not like super bad. I mean, I have bad days, but look at this gathering on my nose. I hope you can see that. And even here, it looks so bad. It dries so quickly, so I tried to like blend it here, but then you can see the areas where I'm trying to blend them together. I'm really sad that I'm having difficulty with it because I love their palette so much. And I'm honestly not even concerned about the color anymore. Like, I can make this color work. It's totally the formula, and my skin are just not getting along. I'm trying a little Jeffree Star concealer again to see if I'll have a better experience blending it, but they didn't really agree. Now, they don't have to necessarily. Some foundations and concealers just don't blend nicely together, but I've used this Jeffree Star concealer with everything, and I've not had this issue. I feel like I'm making this happen some way. What the hell is going on? Okay, I just have to know. I purposefully didn't look at a lot of videos things like that. I saw pictures on Instagram, tons of them, people loving it. So I just have to search Juvia'S Place foundation. Everybody loves it. What is going on? I am seeing that most people are like overwhelmingly really happy with it. I saw that Kathleen Light said it was dry skin approved. Jeffrey liked it. Literally, as I'm scrolling through and I'm looking for people who have like drier skin like I do, someone who is really fair, everybody likes it. So I honestly feel like this is just me. I don't know what's going on. It's also looking, you know, yellow, but I could totally get over the color. That honestly would not make or break this for me. It is the fact that everything is looking patchy, nothing is laying down right. I tried it over regular primers and now I've tried it over an oil to add extra hydration and it's just not working. I'm trying to layer a little bit more because it was so patchy on me. I don't know what else to do. It looks really bad and I keep thinking that I am doing something to make this a problem, but I also saw countless people using beauty blenders and loving it. I've seen people using brushes and loving it. I have tried both and it's still just like gathering, grabbing, and it's just not flattering on me. I hope that you can see this. Like all through here, just awful. Just I'm so confused. What is going on? Honestly, I've tried to layer concealer twice. It's not taking, it's not grabbing. It's just like not doing anything. So I'm just gonna try to set my face and see what it looks like. Complexion for me is one of the things that I'm most comfortable with. I feel like, you know, a glowy, beautiful complexion can really make your whole look just like so much better, because if you have a great eye look but then your skin looks junk, it's just like, it's not gonna look right. So I just want to set everything. My intention was to do a wear test, but honestly I don't see the point. I'm not gonna wear this foundation. I see so much patchiness. Like, why is it so bad? All right, well, this has been somewhat of a fail. I don't feel that my makeup looks good enough to even continue and go through and film more things. My intention was to do this and then I was going to try out eyeshadow palettes in a separate video with the foundation on, do some check-ins, but honestly, for whatever reason, my skin and this foundation are not friends. I don't remember the last time that I've had a foundation perform like this on my skin. Okay, I'm taking this probably too far, but I just don't understand what's going on. So I again cleansed and moisturized my face. I am now going to use a little bit of the same two primers that I started with, and I'm going to try another foundation that claims to be a velvet matte finish. It is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. So I'm priming with my favorites again, just like I did before. This time I moisturized and then it's been a couple of minutes. And then I'm just going to prime just the same way. I feel kind of crazy, like it's me, like something's going on. But it just seemed like with that one, no matter what I did, I was getting the same results. So Makeup Forever, if you're not familiar, has been like a pioneer in their shade range. They have an amazing HD formula. This is their matte velvet skin foundation. So it kind of is the same thing. So Juvia'S is lightweight but has a matte finish, and it claims to be a velvety matte finish. Actually sounds amazing, whereas this claims to be the same thing. And I have tried this once. I will say it's been a little while, but they also have an amazing shade range and they have been doing it for years, whereas a lot of brands are like getting trendy with their shade ranges. Makeup Forever has been doing the thing for a long while. So I'm just going to start blending just like I normally do, and just like I did with the Juvia'S, and just see what happens. I will say that with this one, when you first start bouncing, you do see like a bit of unevenness, but then it becomes a little bit more even as you go. Obviously this color is a better color, but I'm not really, again, concerned about the color. I just want to know why that formula is doing so poorly on my skin. So I'm going in all around the nose. I'm not cheaping out on the amount that I'm using. I'm going pretty heavy. So this is what a matte foundation usually looks like on me, and this is normal. So it's not perfect, let me just say that. I am dry. I'm gonna have areas where it may not look 100% flawless, but for the most part, this is what it should look like. I do see like there's a little variation here where it's not becoming 100% even, but with this one I'm going to attempt to kind of build it up. With the Juvia'S, I couldn't find a way to build it and blend it in. It just seemed like no matter what I did, it just wasn't having it. It wasn't building. It wasn't covering the areas that were missing a bit. So I'm going to see if this one will allow for that.
I don't know how this fucking happens. Every time I film, somebody starts cutting their grass.
Alright, this is pretty standard for me. It looks decent. It may not be perfect, my skin is dry, but for the most part it looks even, and I was able to build it up a little bit where it was not 100% like evenly dispersed. And then I'm just gonna layer some concealer. I'm so mad that I keep using this concealer because it is my favorite. Like, I don't want to use it up just for videos. I love my concealer. And the main thing I'm looking for here is making sure that it layers nicely, because honestly the other two were like enemies, which is funny because I think Jeffrey loved the foundation. So it is what it is. Alright, I am powdering the rest of my face and hoping that he's moved to his backyard to cut. The hell? So I feel like this is how my foundation application usually goes with a matte foundation. I have to hydrate a little extra, but for the most part it looks nice, and it should look nice. I feel like with most foundations, if you use the right prepping products, you can wear whatever foundation you want. And oh yeah, I'm just gonna bring you in. I'm just gonna bring you in. Ooh, not that much. So this is what it usually looks like on me. Pretty damn even. There is a little spot here where it wants to grab, and that was that general area, so I will give like a little pass on that because it looks like maybe I have a little dryness there. But this one did a much better job of being just a little bit nicer to that and not accentuating it so much. I feel like it actually did a pretty decent job, and for the most part everything else looks really even. The color is not like 100%, it's a little tiny bit off. It looks just slightly orange. But the color of the Juvia'S didn't bother me nearly as much as what was happening on my face. So I just wanted to compare for you guys really quick, at least on just my skin. So someone who is drier, I do get somewhat oily around the nose, but for the most part, this is what it looks like on me when I wear a matte foundation. And again, both velvet matte foundations, so they have a very similar finish. I will say you're gonna pay more for this one, but just for my personal experience, I can't in good faith recommend this when it did poorly on myself. I just wanted to be sure that I was thorough enough to at least compare what it normally looks like versus what was happening with this. It just isn't normal for me. So yeah, I'm sorry if what I'm saying is repetitive, but I want to be like really clear. Just because the foundation didn't work for me, I'm not like bashing in any type of way, because I do think that they have really good products. And yeah, everybody's different. Everybody's skin is different. The finish that you prefer, what look you're going for, how much coverage you want, and it all sounded really, really good and just didn't quite meet it for me. I usually stick with more hydrating foundations or luminizing foundations, so that is something to consider as well, that this isn't my go-to, and therefore maybe it's just not right for my skin. So that's it. I'm done rambling and ranting, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.